Chapter 8. The blast gave off a deadly overpressurization wave, but it had little effect on DragonMan, causing only a few seconds of temporary confusion. As DragonMan regained his composure, he could see the deep hole remained intact. It was as though nothing had happened. The sound of police and emergency medical responders could be heard closing in on the site fast, so DragonMan grabbed the stone and quickly exited the hole. Then, like a blur of speed, he took flight into the California sky before the place was overrun by the local media.
I have an idea. Why don't we put all this talk about the murder on hold until later, and just enjoy the rest of the time you have left here? I'm really going to miss you, Sissy said. I'll miss you too, but I'll stay in contact always. But you're right, we should do something together. They did catch the killer, right? Yes, they did. Yesterday. Now we can do something, like shopping. There's a little store they just opened.
Terra cut in.
Sure. I'll have some souvenirs to take back with me then.
Sissy walked over to her car and said,
Let's go. Why don't we walk? It's such a nice day. It's a 2-mile hike. You up to that?
Sissy said. Terra nodded yes, and they were off. They crossed over the lawn to a mosaic stone walkway that led them to the street. It was a warm and beautiful day, which is why Terra wondered why it was so abandoned. She looked in both directions and saw no one. Any other day there would be people grilling out or just strolling along, up and down what was normally a fairly busy street. Terra's eyes got watchful as she thought out loud.
I have never seen it so dead around here before, Sissy said with a grin. Why are you so spooked?
When they finally got into town, they wandered around slowly for a while, looking into the store windows whilst chatting. Within minutes, a childish enthusiasm overcame Sissy when she saw an outfit she said she couldn't live without. A timeless top-of-the-line mustard knitted sweater with printed shorts and a vintage handbag. Terra smiled wistfully at how easily Sissy could hit that emotional level so quickly, and so naturally. Sissy ran into the store like there wasn't a moment to waste, and Terra followed. But as Terra made her way into the little shop, she noticed a man, his eyes fixed on her. He was neither friendly nor standoffish, just a bit weird, like he knew her or something, she felt. This thought hovered for a moment before she entered the store. A few seconds later, a violent force burst through the door. It was a man possessed with a wild homicidal fury. It was the man that was staring at her moments ago. Terra trembled as her eyes met the crazed man's murderous stare. He grabbed hold of a heavy steel hanger and began wielding it violently as he passed by several customers. It was soon apparent he was only after one person, Terra. A shiver shook her as she ran, inhaling only shallow breaths and struggling to catch another one, between screams and knocking down clothes racks in her path. But he was too fast. He was standing over her within seconds, too weak to scream. Terra raised her arms as she watched his downward thrust towards her head with the metal weapon. Bang! A shot rang out, dropping the crazed manic from an off-duty police officer. Terra looked up in a daze as the sounds around her became distant, then muted.
Where have you been? Haven't seen or heard from you since you went to check out that crop circle, Jessica said.
Give me a minute and I'll fill you in, Luke said. Crystal was holding up a newspaper for Luke to look at.
What's that?
Crystal began reading.
Huge new holes are calling for urgent investigation of mysterious craters, and now with the help of satellite imagery, researchers have located 4 additional craters, and they believe there may be dozens more around the world. Researchers will soon venture deep inside one of the holes, collecting data in an effort to learn why the holes have formed. Looks like we're going to finally learn something about these deep holes.
We don't have to wait. I already know what's down there. I think you should call Dr. Bond and get him down here. He's going to want to hear what we found. Then just as Crystal was about to make the call, the phone rang. It was Sissy.
Oh my god. Is Terra alright?